Today we're going to be taking a look at this Alperen Sengun build on NBA 2K24. While averaging 21, 9, and 5 this season, Sengun is becoming one of the rising stars in the league, and one day could potentially be one of the top 10 players in this league. Now boys, it is holiday season, and what better gift to give to basketball fans than a jersey, which you can buy at pristinejerseys.com. Pristine Jerseys is a place where you can get high quality jerseys at a very low price. The link is going to be down in the description. All right, so now let's start making this build position. We're going to be going with center, height 6'11", weight 233 pounds with a 7'9" wingspan. Now starting things off in the finishing, we're going to have a 93 close shot, which is going to get us hook specialist on Hall of Fame as well as post fade phenom on Hall of Fame. We're also going to have an 80 driving layup to get us slithery on silver, and we're also going to unlock some really good layup packages, which include Nikola Jokic. Then when it comes to your driving dunk, we're going with a 70, and your standing dunk is going to be an 81, which is going to get you the basic big man standing contact dunks as well as silver rise up. And you're also going to get some really good dunk packages on this build, which include Karl Anthony Towns. And for the post control, we went up to an 86 just to make sure, again, we secure that hook specialist on gold as well as that post fade phenom on Hall of Fame. You're also going to have post spin technician on gold on this build as well. But now let's get to the finishing highlights on this build. And man, listen, you're going to be great on the fast break on this build because you're going to have a lot of mobility on this 6'11". You're going to be a lob threat as well, as you see right there, getting the board. We're going to take this one coast to coast right here, hit a nice little blowout dribble, get past this guy. We got Mamba mentality, so we're going for that meter dunk, and we're going in and we're dunking that. But now let's get to the part where Alperen Sengun thrives. Out of the post, hit it with the spin drive into the floater right over the defender in the paint, and that is an open bucket right here. We're going to drive baseline. He's giving me that baseline, so we're going to go ahead and get that two-hand slam right here, going back into the post. Going to hit him with the post hop shot fake into the up and under, and that is a bucket on this build. And I'm telling you, man, that 93 close shot is kind of nice because you're going to get that hook specialist on Hall of Fame, which is going to allow you to hit post hooks at a crazy rate right here. Gonna hit him with the hop shot fake again. That's gonna be a foul and one, and that's a really good thing with those hop shots and the hook fakes. You could get people jumping, and then you can hit them with the up and unders, which are actually really good this year because you can actually draw fouls a lot on those, especially when you have whistle at a high level. But as you saw right there, again, this build is a menace out on the fast break as well. If you get that board and you want to take it coast to coast, you absolutely can. And look at this right here, contested hooks over multiple people. It does not matter. I need you guys to understand, I'm shooting through these hooks through the triple teams for a very specific reason. That is because pretty much everybody on our team was an AI at this point in the game. But look at this hook fake, get him jumping, go to the up, and that is just, man, that's just some nasty stuff right there. This Sengun build is pretty nasty. Yeah, no, man, all in all, this build is nasty out of the post. You could beat him with the hooks, the fade. You're athletic enough to beat him on the spin drives. And overall, look at this, bro. You're just going to be able to make a lot of crazy stuff that even double teams, triple teams, it's just not going to be enough, bro. We're killing them with up and unders every single time. They don't know whether to jump, whether not to jump. They're just at a loss either way. All right, so now moving on to the shooting, we're going to have an 82 mid-range shot to get catch and shoot on gold, as well as a 76 three-point shot so we can get agent threes on bronze. So we're going to be able to hit some threes out at the three-point line, and we're definitely going to be a knockdown shooter in the mid-range area, especially out of the post, because even though we only have an 82 midi, we still get post fade phenom on Hall of Fame. But now let's get to these shooting highlights out of the post. Hit him with the post hop shot. I don't know why he's leaving me open, but that's going in. Now we're taking him next possession to the Jokic step back on the right corner. Man, that's just a nice shot right there. I had the wide open catch and shoot three there, but I kind of had a deer in headlights type of moment, and I just chose to midi fade it instead. And y'all see, I hit starter three, and I got that KD fade. That's what makes these bigs even better. Now, since I got that KD fade, which I think is one of the most uncontestable fades in this game, shot creating in the mid-range area just became a million times easier. But look at this, wide open. What are we doing? Look, do you not see? All right, whatever. You know, overall, man, the shooting is going to be really good on this build. And listen, the wide open catch and shoot, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to take a shot off the dribble from three right there. I had the wide open catch and shoot. I don't care. Yell at me in the comments, whatever. But we hit the wide open catch and shoot right there. I'm kind of rambling right now, but you get what I'm saying, man. All right, let me try and slow it down a bit because I feel like I talk a little too fast sometimes when I'm excited. But again, right there, post hop shot, that's wide open. It's a bucket. That's the thing. You got that fade bag in your game. Look at that. That's a deep fade again. That KD fade is something special, man. Look at it one more time. Now let me show you guys a jumper. I couldn't show you guys those shooting highlights without giving you guys the jump shot. As you see right here, we're using base Jonathan Isaac, release 1 LaMarcus Aldridge, and release 2 Franz Wagner. And you can see the blend. You can see the stats on the bottom. It's a really nice jump shot. All right, so now moving on to the playmaking, we're going to have a 75 pass accuracy to get break starter on silver. We're also going to have a 65 ball handle, which is going to get us a couple of really good dribble animations, which include Giannis Antetokounmpo's signature size up escape package. Now that size up escape package you can only use if you have a starter three. So yeah, just, you know, understand I put the 65 ball handle for me so I can get animations that only I get. If you want to lower it, you can, but usually try not to go lower than 60. But then when it comes to the speed with ball, we're also going to go up to a 55 so we can get big driver on gold on this build. So actually, you probably don't want to lower the ball handle. All right, so now moving on to the playmaking highlights. Listen, man, you're going to be able to make some really great passes on this build with that 75. Look at this, running the break with the ball in our hands, and we're just going to dot an open shooter because somebody's going to want to drop. Once they see me flying down the court like this, full steam ahead, running past my guy, there's going to be a dot that like becomes available. Now, you're also going to be able to throw the ball up the court really well when you have that silver break starter, as you see right there. Again, the passes are going to be okay. They're not going to be elite. You don't have 86 pass accuracy or 92 for the half break starter, but you're going to get the ball up the court without any issue, again, like you see right there. Yeah, no, man, the passes are going to be crisp on this build, especially in the half court. I think 75 pass accuracy is going to be perfect in a half court set for a center, especially if you're only playing this game casually in park or rec. I'm not going to lie to you guys, usually most of my centers are not usable in 3v3, but I think this 6'11 you can actually use in 3v3 if you wanted to. But again, now you can see all the playmaking animations and all my scoring animations that I was using on this build. Obviously, there are some animations, again, that you guys see that you guys probably will not have access to unless you have hit starter 3. So I just want to make that very clear once again. But now let's move on to the defense on this build. All right, so now moving on to the defense for this build, we're going to have a 61 interior defense, a 71 perimeter defense for bronze challenger, a 78 block for bronze anchor, as well as silver chase down artist, a 65 offensive rebound, and an 85 defensive rebound to get rebound chaser on silver. Now, paint defense is actually surprisingly very good in this year's game, especially when it comes to defending mashers in the paint. So honestly, in my personal opinion, you can get plenty of stops with just a 61 interior and a 78 block. And not only that, but Sengun is actually not a super good defender. He's getting better. He has a lot of upside, but he's not a S-tier defender just yet. But moving on to the defensive highlights, man, you're still going to be able to get chase down blocks like I mentioned on this build with only the 78 block. I'm telling you guys, blocking is weird in this year's game. As long as you have speed and you have vert, which we do have on this build, your block rating really doesn't need to go much higher than an 87 at best. And this is me speaking from a casual standpoint as well as a competitive standpoint, because if you look at every single meta center in competitive pro-am, nobody's really using higher than silver anchor. Not only that, but in this year's game, upgrading defense is very, very expensive. So I really do not think it's worth upgrading your build to anything higher than silver anchor. And as you can see right here, here's the build fully maxed out. The speed's maxed out. You have an 84 strength as well. And there is honestly not a whole lot of changes that I would make to this build. I mean, I don't really know what attributes you would move, what you would shift, what you would do to make this different, but I think this build is perfectly fine. And to some of the people that might be concerned with just the 85 defensive rebound, again, positioning and getting a proper box out matters more than anything else aside from your just your straight up rebound rating. But now coming out of the My Player Builder, you're going to see that we get the player comparisons of Alperen Sengun, Domantas Sabonis, and Jonas Valanciunas, and we're going to get the build name Inside the Arc finisher. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the first time I've ever done a Sengun build. We'll see how it goes, but until then, I'm out. Peace.